It's Petro predictions here.
And then there were 6 qualifying spots for the 2027 Asian Cup Group A. I do see Tajikistan winning quite comfortably this group. They are the strongest team in this group. Clearly they were the pot 1 side, and they made it to the quarterfinals in the last Asian Cup, and they've been getting on pretty well. And even in the last qualifying rounds for what was the World Cup, they got really respectable draws. So I see them winning the group quite clearly, but I don't think they'll win all games. I think they'll be tested. Group B, this is probably the weakest group amongst all the groups this qualifying round. I think it's between the top 2 really, but I'm going to go with Lebanon topping the group in first. They are just a stronger side than Yemen and the other teams. I think it'll be quite close, but I think Lebanon has enough to top the group. Group C, I think this will be the tightest and the most interesting group this qualifiers. All of the teams are roughly of the same caliber, bar probably Bangladesh, a bit lower than the others. And India has hit quite a bad low of recent. Hong Kong are probably in their best phase for a few decades now. Singapore, when it comes to these calibers, can push it. So really difficult one to predict. They're all very similar levels, and I really think it'll come to the last match day of how this group will phase out. I'm going to go with India though. I think they do have that bit more quality than the other teams. They kind of are more familiar with getting to the Asian Cup, and I think that experience will make the difference. Group D, I think this will be a pretty straightforward group. I see Thailand topping the group comfortably. I do see them as the strongest team this whole qualifying phase, and Turkmenistan could push them. I don't see Thailand winning all their games, but I don't see Thailand really being troubled. Group E, I think this group will be more unpredictable than people anticipate, and I actually see Afghanistan topping the group and qualifying and making their debut in the Asian Cup. Yes, Syria is the strongest team on paper, deservedly the pot 1 team, but of recent they haven't been as good, and they seem to be cracking under the pressure when they're expected to do quite well, like we saw in the last qualifying round. And as of recent, Afghanistan have had really respectable results, and this might be the best Afghan side we've ever seen in football. And don't forget Myanmar, they can play their role in tripping up other teams like they did with Syria actually. I think it'll still be a tight group. I think it will come to the last match day. And lastly, Group F, I do see it being between the top 2 teams. I see Malaysia topping the group and qualifying for the Asian Cup. Regardless of rankings, I actually think Malaysia is a better team than Vietnam, and Vietnam of recent they're just not at it. They've dropped significantly, and even within matches they're showing they can't really hold out games, which is such a issue. Whereas Malaysia on the other hand have shown that they can dig deep in games and that they can score goals. They can really score lots of goals in games, and I think this will be Malaysia's benefit, but I still think it'll be a close competition. So there you have my predictions for the final round of qualifiers for the 2027 Asian Cup. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know your comments in the comment section below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.